Entity 15. Wretches. Wretches are what happens when a wanderer loses their last bit of humanity. They're not born, they're made. Starvation, dehydration, and sheer mental collapse slowly twist a person into something less than human. The change doesn't happen overnight. It starts with irritability, memory loss, maybe some hallucinations. Then the body starts breaking down, skin cracking, eyes turning glassy, muscles twitching like they forgot how to be human. Eventually, they stop speaking, just snarls and wet breathing. By the end, there's nothing left but a husk that crawls, staggers, and hunts anything warm and alive. They're not fast, but they don't stop. You'll find them on almost any inhabited level, usually clinging to shadows or stalking the weaker groups. And the worst part? Some still wear clothes, fragments of who they were. You can stop the transformation early with almond water, but wait too long, and it's irreversible. If you hear the dry wheeze of something that used to be human, walk. Don't run. Just leave. Entity 6, the Dullers. The Dullers aren't loud, aren't fast, and don't need to chase you. They just appear. Tall, emaciated figures that blend into the shadows. No face, no eyes, no mouth. Yet somehow they always know you're there. They don't walk. They sort of drift, slow and deliberate, arms unnaturally long and thin, fingers twitching like they're tasting the air for you. You'll feel them before you see them, a cold pull in your gut, like something's wrong with the room. They show up mostly in low-light levels, places where silence feels heavier than sound. The creepy part? They don't need to see you, they sense movement, echo, vibration. Make a sound? They'll stretch their limb through a wall, grab you, and drag you off like you're a bag of trash. No warning, no struggle, just gone. They hate almond water, and they hate stillness, because when you freeze, they hesitate. So the next time the air goes still and your breath fogs in reverse, don't move, don't speak, don't exist. The dancers. The dancers don't chase you, they invite you. Tall, graceful, draped in tattered ballroom gowns and suits from another era, they spin endlessly through abandoned rooms like they're stuck in a memory. You'll hear the music first, soft, distant, and totally impossible. There's no source, no speakers, just that haunting waltz playing in the back of your mind. Approach them and they'll beckon, not with words, but with a slow, deliberate gesture. Take their hand and you're pulled into the dance forever. Anyone who accepts doesn't scream or struggle, they just sway, blank-eyed, smiling, trapped in that slow spin until their legs collapse. Refuse? You'd better back away without breaking eye contact. Any sudden movement and they don't dance anymore. They lunge. They tend to appear in elegant but decayed rooms, level 5 especially. Empty banquet halls, faded mirrors, smell of perfume that shouldn't exist. Rule of thumb? Some say if you take their hand, your soul doesn't die. It just keeps dancing forever. Entity 20, the Thing. No one's seen it, not really. They just know it's there. In the pitch-black ocean of level 7, where water stretches forever and gravity barely works, something massive lurks below. People call it the Thing. It doesn't swim, it shifts. Displaces entire waves without making a sound. Wanderers who've dropped into level 7 talk about the pressure first, like being watched by a predator the size of a city. You might hear a low rumble or catch a glimpse of something too big to process. Long, dark ridges sliding beneath the water. Spines? Bones? No one knows. Survivors, if you can call them that, come back broken, drenched, mumbling about teeth bigger than hallways and eyes that stare without blinking. Most never come back at all. The Thing doesn't attack out of rage. It waits, watches, then it drags you under, slow and silent. You won't scream, you won't float. You'll just vanish. Level 7 isn't a level, it's a grave. Entity 25. The Plague Goblins. You'll hear them before you see them. Raspy coughing, wheezing laughter, and the squish of infected feet slapping concrete. The Plague Goblins are short, hunched, greasy-skinned freaks that thrive in filth. Covered in open sores and blackened boils, these creatures move in packs, darting around with jerky spasms and childlike giggles that stop the second they spot you. They don't just bite or scratch, they infect. One touch and you're marked, your skin blisters. Fever kicks in fast. Wanderers who survive an encounter usually end up isolated and quarantined, or worse. Some say the goblins can smell fear-induced sweat. Others believe they're drawn to rotting food or spilled blood. Either way, if you're bleeding, they're coming. They build nests in sewer-like sublevels, stuffing their dens with bones, rags, and weird symbols made from body parts. Don't approach. Don't listen if they mimic voices. They do that too. If you see one staring from a tunnel, turn back. It's never just one. Entity 11, the Wretching Beast. The Wretching Beast doesn't sneak. It announces itself with a wet, guttural roar that echoes through entire levels. It's massive, easily the size of a bus, and its flesh looks like it's melting off. Tumors pulse across its body, and every few minutes it stops, convulses, and vomits out a new wretch. Yeah, this thing creates them. Wherever it goes, it leaves a slick trail of bile and blood, evidence that something truly unnatural walked there. People say it was once human, a wanderer who mutated too far, consumed by madness and corrupted fluids, until it became the source of the infection. Some cults even worship it, calling it the first broken. It doesn't chase unless provoked, but if it locks onto you, forget hiding. It tracks by scent and movement, and it's terrifyingly fast when it wants to be. Entity 13, the transporters. They don't speak. They don't attack. They just touch you and you're gone. The transporters are tall, thin figures dressed in ragged cloaks or business suits that look too clean for the backrooms. Their faces are always obscured, like they're static where their features should be. One second you're walking through to level 1, the next you're in some hellish sublevel filled with fire or screaming walls, and you have no idea how. They pick their targets without warning. You could be standing still, resting, and suddenly feel a hand on your shoulder. That's it. You vanish. They're often seen standing silently in doorways, near elevators, or just waiting. Some believe they're neutral, just performing a function. Others think they enjoy it, especially when you end up somewhere you shouldn't survive. People have tried attacking them. Doesn't work. Bullets pass through. Screaming does nothing. If you see one, don't make eye contact. Don't engage. Walk away like you never saw them, because if they choose you, you're already leaving. Entity 31. Camo crawlers? Camo crawlers don't stalk. They wait. Perfectly still, latched to ceilings or walls, mimicking pipes, cables, even old insulation. At a glance, you'd never notice them until they shift. Their skin blends in with any surface they cling to, their limbs twisted and insect-like, with sharp hooks instead of fingers. Some have no eyes. Others have dozens, scattered across their backs like blinking barnacles. They live in tight, neglected spaces, maintenance shafts, crawl spaces, under metal staircases. Wanderers vanish without a sound in places like that. One wrong step, and you're gone. They're ambush predators, dropping silently and crushing prey before it can scream. If you do escape, you're not safe. Some inject paralytic venom that kicks in minutes later. People collapse mid-run, mid-sentence. Some say shining a flashlight directly on them disrupts the camouflage. Others say it just makes them angrier. Either way, don't touch strange textures. Don't lean on the walls, and whatever you do, never ignore that strange creaking above your head. The backrooms aren't empty, they're overflowing, with things that were once human, things that were never meant to be, and things that shouldn't exist at all. You're not safe, not because something's chasing you, but because something is always waiting. So drink your almond water, watch the shadows, and if the wallpaper starts to peel or the lights flicker just a second too long, don't look up. We'll be back with part 3, if we make it. The story doesn't end here. Subscribe to witness the rise of more darkness.